Hello there, my name is Thomas O'Regan, and over the last 3.5 years, me and my wife have built an 11 property portfolio. Now, building an 11 property portfolio has taught me to negotiate on property, and to negotiate on property is one of the things that, if you get good at, it can help you make a lot of money in your investment portfolio. Let me give you an example here. Say, for example, if you're looking at purchasing a $1 million property and and you purchase it and the market goes up by 10% and you make $100,000, that's pretty cool, right? But what if you purchased the same property not for $1 million, but you negotiated the price down to $900,000? Well, the difference in your position would be, instead of profiting $100,000, you would profit $200,000, which is literally a 2x on your money. Like you're increasing your money by 2 times just by being better at negotiating. Now, today, one thing about negotiating, I just wanted to stay on one point, and that point is the pest and building report. When you are buying a property, you always need to get a pest and building report. And the thing with the pest and building report is, I like to get pest and building inspectors that come up with a bunch of problems with the properties. I want them to find as many problems as possible. And the reality is that when you're buying property, there's always problems in the pest and building report. But if you're a novice investor, they may really scare you. They may really scare you that there's a little bit of moisture in the wall, or there's a 20%, 20 mil deviation between like the floor level. All these properties that it's pretty much impossible to find a property that has no problems with it. And since I've seen so many pest and building reports and I own so many properties, at the end of the day, these once you get used to it, it doesn't really matter too much. Like, there are some huge things, like if the property has termites, like that's a huge issue, or there's other issues with the structural issues that are huge problems with the properties. But ultimately, there's going to be a bunch of smaller issues with the property that are not really anything you should be too worried about. But when it comes to negotiating, you definitely need to make these issues seem like they are super dramatic when it comes to negotiating. So you might be able to, when you're picking out, when you're reading the pest and building report, pick out all the issues and use the ones that are most dramatic and take them back to the vendor or take them back to the sales agent in the negotiation and make them known and say, look, these issues, like there's a crack in the wall, like the tap is dripping, or like there's some sort of leak somewhere, or there's a hole in the roof. Take these issues to the sales agent and say, look, like this is a major issue for me. I'm really nervous, like I don't like it, and so on and so forth. Can you please give me a discount, and so on and so forth. And if your argument is compelling enough, then you may very well get that $100,000 discount. Is there is to be had if you're good at negotiating. So whether, like, some people see these issues, like I come across this a lot, with novice investors. Like, they see these issues and they just say, whoa, like that's a deal breaker, I don't want a property with any issues. Like, I mean, you just have to put a price tag on the issue and say, like, this issue, to fix this problem, how much will it cost? And if it will cost this much money, then is it worth me getting this property for this discounted rate? Because I would say, for example, I would have bought the property for $1 million, but now I have new knowledge. The property needs $50,000 worth of repairs. Would you still do the deal and buy the property if you had a $50,000 discount? For me, the answer is most of the time yes, because I'm getting fully compensated for the issues that are within this property, in a discount. So when it comes to negotiating, keep that in mind. The pest and building report is one thing you can use as a negotiating tool. Always like to get pest and building inspectors that are very detailed and get as much information about the issues of the property as possible. Hopefully this helps, guys. See ya. Bye.